Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of Meet the Maker Mondays. I'm Sarah Harvell, the metalsmith and maker behind Ravenna Metalworks, and today I'm going to be talking about some Argentium Silver pieces that I have finished and that I'm currently working on, because last week I talked about Argentium Silver and its properties compared to sterling silver, why I use it, and so for this episode I wanted to share with y'all some pieces that I've made and that I'm working on. But first, I want to share some really exciting news. So I just recently joined the Argentium Silver Guild and I received my own trademark number. So I can use the Argentium Silver official hallmark and I have a trademark number now. And so I'm just so excited. So that information is on my website. And if you haven't noticed, my apron is a little different. So I got a new apron with my logo and brand name and my website on it. So I just feel way more official now. I've been procrastinating on doing that. And so I'm just so excited to sport my new apron. And so they'll be featured in my episodes from now on. And I'll be wearing it every day because I love to put it on. It makes me feel like, all right, I'm in a work mode. I'm in metalsmith mode. So it just makes me feel more official with my logo and brand name on it. So anyway, so let's go over to my bench and I'll show y'all some Argentium Silver pieces that I'm working on and that I've actually finished. All right, so this is our Argentium Silver piece that I have finished, that I actually finished for my Piedmont Craftsman Guild application. And so this is a collar. This is half round Argentium Silver wire. And I'm actually just going to take the pendant off here so I can show y'all close up. And this is hopefully I'll pronounce it correctly, I always get tongue-tied, a chalcedony stone. It's beautiful stone, and I sawed the wings out with my trusty saw frame here. So with this saw frame and a 4/0 blade. And the center portion of silver here is actually sterling. It's some scrap sterling that I had, so that's why I have this one marked 925. But then on the wing, I have mark 940 because that's the grade I get from Rio Grande. But I really loved the, hopefully y'all can see it. Let me try to, there we go. That's better. You can see the texture on it. It was from a etching workshop. And I didn't want the silver piece to go to waste, so I thought it'd be a really cool texture. So the center part here of this back plate is sterling, but the wings and then the collar here are Argentium. And I do have some sterling. I'm trying to use it up and just use some of the scrap, but that's why I used it for this piece. And the little, their little tongue here is also the bail, and that's out of Argentium wire. But I love this technique. It's called opus interrossae. That's its formal name, but a lot of people refer to it as saw piercing. But this is one of my favorite techniques because you can see through the wing. It's a great way of creating negative space, and I used a diamond burr finish to get that texture of the butterfly wing. All right, so I'm going to show y'all what I am currently working on. Okay, so this is what I'm currently working on, and it doesn't look like much right now because I just have it cut out, kind of framed out. So this is going to be a calla lily collar. So it's going to be a two-tone. I love two-tone. I love mixing metals. So this is Argentium Silver. So this is going to be the bloom, or the calla lily will be Argentium Silver. And it's going to be a collar. And so the idea here is that's going to be the stem that goes through the calla lily here. And this is going to be like a little leaf that'll form, and that'll be the collar. And then same thing with this. This is going to be a cuff. So I'm going to, same concept as the collar, the larger piece here, and then the leaf here. So it'll kind of wrap around and be an adjustable cuff, either a wrist or arm cuff. And so the idea here, I already have a finished piece of some calla lilies that I do normally. Hopefully you can, come on, focus. So hopefully you can see it well enough, but this is a smaller example. So I'm actually changing the template a little bit because I want the bloom to be more full. And so that's why with this template, it's a little bigger. So it's kind of experimental, kind of not. And how I got this form is by shell forming. And it's using a block like this and a hammer like this. So this is a shell forming block and a shell forming hammer. And so those recessed areas get that nice So you can kind of see where it rests in there where you hammer it. And it gets that nice calla lily shape. So that's going to be my next piece that I'm working in Argentium Silver. I'm really excited because these are the pieces I'm making for the Piedmont Craftsman Fair in November. So I'm really excited to start working on this piece. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Meet the Maker Mondays. I am Sarah Harvell, the metalsmith and maker behind Ravenna Metalworks. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and if you're on social, like, follow, and share.